Right then folk, welcome back to another cider review. Today we've got a cider coming out of Westons, and it is the Henry Westons 2015 vintage cider. So, this one was kindly given to me a couple of years ago in fact by Brett from Beardy Beer Reviews. He gave me this, I think, with my 30th, amongst with a load of other beers as well. Yeah, I remember him giving me this, and I've still got some of the beers that he gave me as well, but all of them were kind of ready to be aged. Probably for not quite as long as what I have aged them, but anyway. So, Henry Westons, they don't actually put the vintage on the front of the label anymore, they always put it on the back now. But it used to always have it on the front like this, and the Westons logo has changed as well. I got a newer, not that new, but a newer bottle in front of me as well. So yeah, 2015 vintage cider, oak age, it says 500ml bottle, 8.2% ABV. It's not the kind of cider I would normally drink. I used to drink this sort of stuff years back. Probably not even around 2015 when I'd be drinking this stuff. For me, I'm a rattler man. And that does it for me really. I like the Scrumpies and stuff, but I haven't had them for years because you just don't get them around here. Weirdly, the next county over you'll get them, but just not here. It says in 1880, Henry Weston first started crafting cider from the bittersweet apples grown on his farm in Muchmarcle, Herefordshire. Over many years he refined the art of Herefordshire cider making. Today Henry Weston's vintage cider is produced only from apples grown in a single year's harvest in 3 counties of Herefordshire, Gloucestershire and Worcestershire. The cider is then slowly matured in aged oak vats to deliver a smooth, rounded, medium dry cider packed with magnificently exceptional character. 8.2%. I don't know if anyone's ever done a 10-year-old bottle of Westons before, but here we go. Best before of November 2018, which is 7 years ago, well, 6 years ago, 6 and a bit years ago. I've got in front of me a newer bottle, not new, but a newer bottle. I bought this at the same time, or around about the same time as when Brett gave me this bottle. Henry Weston's vintage cider, there you can see, slightly different logo, definitely a different Weston's logo on the top. 8.2, so still the same ABV. I don't know if they've dropped it nowadays, but this is 2021 vintage. And it says pretty much the same stuff on the back. It's changed a couple of, it's been tweaked really. I'll review this at a different time. Hopefully it's gonna be tricky to do 2031, having this in houses and that sort of thing by that point. 6 years time for another? No, I think I'll just do this probably in a year's time or something, but or maybe just later on this year, we'll see. But good to see that over 6 years they didn't change the ABV of it. Anyway, let's crack it open and see what it's like. A little slight hiss. Oh, there's a bit of age on the underside of the crown, a bit of a rusting, on the underside. That is, it's been a very long time since I've last had this particular cider, but it smells like a Western cider. They're always much drier. I mean, they're medium dry, and I tend to be on mediums or medium sweet, I reckon. Just because that's what I like. I tend to, when it comes to this proper strong stuff, I used to drink it, like I say, but nowadays not at all. Looks lovely, looks absolutely fine, crystal clear. Carbonation's not very much. Nose is burnt apple. It's always really hard to review cider for me compared to beers, because you just get varying different flavours of apples. But I'd say almost like a burnt apple, quite intensely alcoholic notes. Quite warming. We'll dive in. Cheers. still a relative sweetness, which develops and goes a bit burn, a bit more like crab apple sort of thing. Quite not ridiculously dry, but the carbonation is really low. I don't know if that's just been over time, the carbonation has just dropped down, but it's almost flat. There is still some carbonation to it, but it's pretty nice. I'm actually quite surprised with how this is. Last time I had a Western cider was probably Westons don't do, that's Thatcher's what I'm thinking of. So Westons, I think it would be the original, and that is, I had that on keg probably about a year and a half ago, and that was a bit drier than this is tasting. It's a nice sweetness in it. I'll tell you what, it's not bad at all. I ought to do some more cider reviews. Pick up some more because I do enjoy drinking this stuff. I had a couple of bottles of Rattler last night and a bottle today as well. It's bloody lovely stuff. Simple, easy drinking, and yeah, no, it's not too bad. Surprisingly, 10 years old in a bottle, or 9 years in a bottle, and 1 year in oak vats. Pretty damn good. Westons 2015 vintage cider, an interesting one to do. I almost feel like I could have potentially have done a versus, but I haven't seen this in my local Tesco for some time. You tend to get the it's like a clear bottle stuff. I can't remember. It's not Westons. I don't actually see any Westons very easily. Like Old Rosie, you get that sort of stuff, but not this. And yeah, it was tasting actually quite nice. Anyway, see you next one. Cheers.